Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Meeting an artistic man. Meeting an artistic man. Now, this is, in my last podcast, I talked about meeting a cultured man. But, I mean, fair enough. Every woman don't want that. And some of y'all might listen like, man, I don't want one of those bougie men. I don't want to do all that. I want to go to that cookout and everything. And you know what? That's good. That's good because I realize some of the women who follow this are more down to earth anyway. You know, they may not, you might not want to deal with that upper middle class. You ain't chasing Mr. Moneybags. You chasing somebody you can chill out with, had a family with. That's being fair, right? Now, for this one though, what if you want the more artistic man because you're creative? Right? And when I say artistic, that's the type of creates art. I mean, he could be an actual artist. He could be a musician. He could be a poet. He could be a writer. Writing is art because you're creating a creative type of man, right? So that's what you want. And usually you want that. Most women who want it, that's because they have some creativity in themselves. Like you one of these women and you got your art or you like doing, you're a writer, maybe you're a poet or something like that. And I've dealt with a lot of them. And I found the women want that, or at the minimum, a man who can live with you doing it. He can deal with it. And, I say from a personal perspective, I like artistic women. I can deal with the variety, but I like artistic women because at my base, I'm a writer. At my base, if I had my druthers, I would just write. I wouldn't even do videos or anything. Seriously, if I had my druthers, it's going to be some point where all I'm doing is putting out books anyway, and they ain't even talking. But I make an impact doing this, so I'll keep it going. But you want to meet an artistic man. So how you going to meet an artistic man, right? Well, first thing, what's your attitude? What's your real attitude towards it? And like, you don't have to be artistic yourself, even though a lot of artistic women want that. You don't have to be. You might just like it. You could just be a fan or something, right? So first thing is, how you going to meet that man? Well, you got to go where he's going to be. Once again, we got the internet your friend. Facebook's your friend. You got a lot of stuff that announces stuff. If you know, like maybe there's some type of expo or something wherever you live. And most expos, I don't care what it is, they're going to have some artists there. Either selling art, like physical art, paintings. You might have some people selling music. You could have some writers there. And then if you get more specific, you can go, that's another thing you can go to an art show for. And that's something else, maybe someplace where they having a book event. Or someplace where, they selling music or something, some music vendors. Because not only, when you go to different events like that, not only are you meeting, you got the actual artists and who putting on the event or featured in the event, but other people who are a part of that venue. Like if you had a poetry event, you're going to have plenty of poets in the audience. And if you there too and showing appreciation, boom. So that's one thing, meet them. But something else that's very important, can you support that art? One thing about an artist, that's their main thing. I don't care. They could work on a garbage truck, but their main thing is their art. And it could be tough. It could be tough because some artists will still work a regular job. They'll still work a regular job, keep bills paid, but they'll put so much in their art, they ain't into a lot of stuff. And they might just keep their bills paid. They might not be that type who wants to wine and dine you. I'm going to just be real with you. They ain't going to necessarily, because they might not have that money. Like I said, most of them will work at least something basic, keep basic bills paid, but they try and make it with their art. You understand one thing with the artist. Now, you had plenty, if we're going to be real, There's only a few artists in any venue, anything, whether it's a writer, whether it's like a painter or musician. Very few going to really make big money. Very, very few. It's a really tough life. It's a really tough life. And you do have a lot of artists who, for family reasons, whatever, might have to give up on it because, maybe they have a child, they get married, they got to get that regular family. But see, here's a problem with that. That art is still there. If you really want to deal with that man, you don't necessarily have to work. If he's still a man, he'll still work basically. He'll still keep something, even if you married to him or something. He'll still work as long as he's a man. But I've heard at the same time, I've heard of situations. I know of at least one where a dude wanted to get into writing and he just shirked his responsibilities and ended up divorcing the woman, or she ended up divorcing him, right? But ladies, you don't want to deal with that type of guy. You still want to deal with that type of artist who at least is going to take care of basic responsibilities. But the key to dealing with him, while he's taking care of those basic responsibilities, is to be totally supportive of his art. Like I say, you don't have to take care of him or anything. I mean, he still got to be a man above everything else and take care of basic stuff and do what he's supposed to do. But your thing is, okay, he's doing that. You still got to support that art. You still got to support him. And it's not a financial support thing, but it's an emotional support. Like, yeah, baby, you got this. Yeah, baby, I know you can do what's up. Right? Because I'm going to tell you what, when I first started really writing and looking at it as a career or like what I really wanted to do now, I was working in the government. I was still working. But I meet some women tell them that and they be like, well, how you going to support me? And writers don't make that much. Believe it or not, I hear the same thing now. I've seen some detractors outside of YouTube or something. And they say, well, he a writer. He ain't making that much. Actually, if I stop doing YouTube videos, period, I actually make enough to live on. If I stop doing YouTube, any type of videos and just doing books, like ebooks especially, I make enough to live on and live comfortably. But you got to be somebody supported. So I always kept meeting women like that. But then when I started meeting women who were willing to support that, that became more attractive. See, that's one of the things that can draw an artist to you. If you like an artist, just be emotionally supportive. Just be emotional. Just be like, hey, baby, you got this. You gotta be like anybody who saw the ending of Spider-Man 2 from back in the day with Mary Jane and Spider-Man, and he was, she knew his identity and everything, and they were kissing, and then they heard some fire engines, and he heard the fire engines turn around to look back at her, and she was like, "Go get him, Tiger." If you're dealing with an artist, you gotta be that type to be like, go get him, Tiger. You gotta support him. And just emotional support. And I'm telling you that now. Let me be very clear. Unless you just balling out of control, you got so much money you don't need his and you want to support him that way, okay, that's cool. But just support him emotionally. As a man, he still gotta be a man for you. And I promote manhood. So I ain't saying support some bum. As a man, he's still going to take care of his stuff, but then he ain't going to mind working maybe 1 or 2 jobs, as long as you cool with him. You come home and practice on that trumpet or something, and you supportive, and shoot, you might even say when he does maybe some little gigs or something, you in the front audience, like, yeah, babe, you got this. That will mean more to that man than anything else, and it's a type of support. You don't have to be a dime for that guy. You don't have to be a dime for that guy. If you give him that support, you got his back, shoot, please. That could be the thing that take him to another level. That's how deep it is. So if you meet that artistic man, just support him. And like I said, to even meet him, fine, go those places the artistic guys are going to be at. So, and plus, if you're an artistic woman yourself, you supporting his stuff, and he's doing what he's supposed to be as a man, he's going to be supporting yours too. then y'all can grow together. So, anyway, that's all I got for now, ladies. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.